So I got also a few questions from the watchers.
Yeah.
If we look to in the national team, which country do you see as the most difficult opponent at the moment?
At the moment, well, going on world rankings, the Netherlands, they're number one. Since my injury, I've only played Japan, Chile, Australia, New Zealand, and India.
Yeah.
So it's the only countries I've played since 2018 because of my injuries. And out of those five, I would probably say Japan was the hardest out of those, which is probably a bit surprising if you look at world rankings. But the style of hockey that they play compared to what we're used to, and they were so well drilled and technically and tactically way ahead of us when we played them. So yeah, they were a good team, the ones that I played. But yeah, in the past, matches against the Netherlands, Argentina, Germany are always hard. Ireland are now got a lot better and they're always harder. Australia, New Zealand, like the top 6 to 8 in women's hockey is quite close. So every match is quite hard.
Who was the hardest player you ever had to defend on the field?
Hardest player. There's been a couple. When I was in Holland, playing for Mok against Den Bosch.
Yeah.
At the time, they had a player called Maatje Godery.
Yeah.
She was a midfielder, and she was in the Dutch team. I think when I played against her, I'm not sure. She was incredible. She was so quick and so smooth on the ball, and just eliminated, and just a really clever player. And I remember thinking, because I was only 18 or 19 at the time, I was like, oh, she's really good.
But did it also hold you back in your performance, or was it just maybe because of the respect you got for her that you hold it a little bit back?
We're talking 10 years ago now, 9 years ago.
Yeah, so maybe if you look back to it.
I remember thinking just she's really good. I want to be like her. And thinking, what bits can I bring into my game? So she was certainly someone early doors, which I thought, wow, yeah, you're good. And she was in a similar position to me and stuff. In terms of people that I've played against, internationally, played against Amar a couple times, and there was no way you could get the ball off her. She was insane. Just has hand speed and movement was incredible. Looking closer to home, one of the players that I loved to have on my team and hated to play against was Helen Richardson Walsh. Now played 4 Olympics, I'm not sure, and just a really good midfield player. Had a little bit of everything. Could eliminate, could pass, could dribble, was very intelligent and had a lot of fight about her. And there was certainly lots of things in her game that I looked up to and wanted to bring in my game.
Did you become a different person after your injury?
After my head injury, I don't think I changed that much, but there's certainly little bits of my personality that changed. So, for example, I think I'm a lot more mentally resilient because of it. I had a lot of time to reflect on my own and develop the mental side. So I'd say I'm a lot stronger. I would say I'm probably more curious now about things. So the brain was something I didn't really know anything about. And that definitely, because I was struggling with it, I wanted to learn more. And that's me now with a lot of things. I want to know how does that work? I would say also during that time I learned who my proper friends were, which was eye-opening at times. I think I've probably become a bit more, a bit more straight talking with people, rather than just sitting on things and not really saying anything. I'll have more upfront conversations, not in an aggressive way at all, but just to explore things and to have those conversations. So I think those are the three main things.
If we look to the whole history of field hockey, what will be your top 5 of players?
Top 5, like 5 aside.
Yeah, like five best players that ever played in field hockey.
Okay, let's do a mixed 5 aside. So we'll go goalie. For me, it's got to be Maddie Hinch. I see her in training all the time, and some of the saves she pulls out are insane, and how she always strives to be better. Yeah. We're going to go one at the back. We're going to go Van Doren from Belgium.
Yeah.
Moment he's a bit unplayable and can do whatever he wants, and is a joy to watch. In the midfield, we'll have Helen Richardson-Walsh, and also we'll have who else? Probably have Toon de Nooijer.
Yeah.
I watched them a bit when I was in Holland. It's a very Dutch and English dominating team here. And then up front to score the goals, we'll have Alex Stanson.
What was the most funny thing that ever happened, like on the field, maybe in the dressing room or something? Like, what was the most funny thing you remember?
One of the funniest things I remember, which probably isn't funny for her, was we were at the Olympic qualifier in Spain, and it was the semi-final, and basically the winner qualified for Rio. So it was a really important game, and everyone was really focused and really serious. And one of our players, it was in the far corner from where the dugout was, one of our players decided to reverse stick hit the ball out of defence, which you can do. Yeah. But this time it went in the air, and it smashed one of our players in the ribs. Oh. And so she went down. And then our physio, who was quite far away from the incident, she started to run on and then stopped. And then started to run again to go to see the player. Yeah. And in that time, she pulled her hamstring. So she was like hobbling on. The physio was running on injured to get the injured player.
And then you saw her gripping to the hamstring. Yeah.
They were both. Yeah. So it was just a bit ironic that the physio got injured, and then the physio had to treat herself for the injury.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and I remember I was on the bench with a couple of the players, and we were really trying hard not to laugh, but it was quite funny.
Is there still a dream club you want to play for?
A dream club? For me, like I did 3.5 years in Holland, so for me, unless something drastically changes, the playing club in Holland is kind of done. I've done that chapter in my life. Yeah. I don't know where my career will take me. One of my best friends is out in Australia at the moment in Perth. Yeah. And he coaches out there and plays. So perhaps out there, so I can go and see what the Australian life is like and experience different types of hockey and go and see him, because I haven't seen him for ages.
So it's maybe more a mix of planning the rest of your life in combination with...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, and then I got like 10 dilemmas, which you have to say yes or no.
Yeah.
You can skip one if you don't want to answer.
Okay.
And there's also, if you want to explain one of them, you can do it afterwards. Worldwide, field hockey is underrated.
True.
The Dutch league is the strongest one in the world.
For the women, true.
My generation is the best one in English field hockey history.
True.
Once I'll be a hockey coach.
True, because I coach at the moment.
Yeah. Winning gold at the Olympics will be my overall career highlight.
False.
I always wanted to be a hockey player.
False.
Sponsor-wise, hockey have a lot of room to grow.
In England, true.
Having a heavy injury made me realize that sport isn't everything.
True.
I will play at least 2 more Olympic tournaments.
Unsure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
I will be stronger than I ever was since I'm back from my injury.
True.
Okay, is there any of them you want to explain?
Which one was I wanted to explain? What was the one before if I wanted to be a hockey player? What was that one?
Let me see. Winning gold at the Olympics is my overall career highlight.
Oh, that one. Yeah, winning 2 goals or 3 goals. It's not just one.